Are you a hockey player trying to take your speed to the next level? These are the plyo drills for you. What's going on, guys? Kyle here for Relentless Hockey, and today we're going to go over the best plyo drills for hockey players. Plyo drills are insanely valuable for taking your speed to the next level. In fact, they were started in the Soviet Union in the 1980s, and it was all about shock training. It was all about how fast you could kind of spring and explode, and so that's what we're going over today. This isn't just doing some box jumps. This isn't even just doing jumps in general. It's focusing on something that's called the amortization phase. So it's that phase that stops between going from taking your movement down or kind of fighting against gravity to that pause here for that millisecond to having that explosive jump. And so that's what we're focusing on, is how fast can we express power. And if you're thinking about it on the ice, we have that stride, and then the next one is how fast can we load up and explode before our next stride. That's what this is all about today. So these are the drills that is going to actually train your central nervous system. We're not focusing on just jump mechanics or sprint mechanics or anything like that. We're actually focusing on your central nervous system and how rapid you can express force. Let's dive in. All right, guys, so for drill number one, you can do this anywhere right on the spot. We have a drop to squat jump. So we're going to start up on our toes as high as possible. I'm going to be focusing on taking my movement down rapidly, and then that tiny little phase on the bottom before we express as rapidly as possible. So I'm coming down, I have my drop, and then this phase I'm focusing on how short can I get here from my movement down to my movement up as fast as possible. So if we're going for a full rep here, I'm starting up, I have my drop and explode right up here. Really focus, how short can I get that phase from going down to going up. This is what's going to help take your speed to the next level. All right, our next plyometric drill for hockey players is all about that unilateral power. So I have the same format that I've set up in my previous drill. I'm starting right up on my toes, but this time I'm actually gonna take my weight down into a single leg, and then I'm expressing power as rapidly as possible sideways. So this is an awesome drill because in hockey, we're never actually going in a straight line. We're always in that kind of angle in our stride, right? So I wanna make sure that I'm able to load up my glutes, get effective in how I load, and then explode. And remember, we're really focusing on how fast I can get down and taking that power out there as fast as we can. So really focus on that. How fast can I go from down to out? Get explosive here as if we're making that explosive breakaway speed stride. All right, this plyo drill for hockey players is awesome because not only are we gonna have a plyometric demand in our first jump, but then we're gonna have a crossover plyometric demand, which is awesome because that's how we start so much of our strides, is in that crossover position. So we really wanna focus on that second jump here. This is the first one that's super easy. I'm coming down and then I have like that just lateral expression, which is basic, but I really wanna focus as soon as I've landed, I'm loading in a position that my spring is set and then I'm exploding off that leg. All right, this next drill is super basic, but it is an awesome plyometric drill for hockey players. We're focusing on just an alternating lunge jump. So you've likely seen these in the past. Maybe you've used them as a conditioning bagger or just shuffling nonstop. We're not focusing on that. We're focusing on how fast we can express some force in the ground here as soon as I land. So I want to get set up in a reverse lunge. I'm in a nice tall position. And then as soon as I make my jump, I'm hitting here and I'm exploding up. And this is what we're focusing on, is that load and explode, getting over that other side. So we really want to make sure here that we're loading it up. We're firing from that glute as much as possible. This is the engine that's really going to generate our power on the ice. We're loading it and we're exploding. This is an awesome exercise to get explosive in. All right, so our next plyo drill here is all about that skating position. We have a skater bound. We're really focusing on loading up and exploding just like we would on the ice. We want to find that kind of long stride position here as if I'm ready to get into my next one. So we're going to be going out at like a 45-degree angle here. I'm going to start out by having a jump just out here, and then as soon as I'm in this position, again, I'm loaded up to get into my next one and my next one and my next one. All right, our next drill here is a single skater bound. So we just had a drill where we were focusing on going non-stop, but we actually want to take that a little bit more dialed in here and get focused on how we absorb and express as rapidly as possible. So I'm gonna have a jump out and then I'm resetting. So every single time, let's just focus on our right leg for now. I'm setting up on the left leg, I have my jump and I'm getting over as aggressively as possible. This key here is that we are always resetting. So that lets us get really focused on how explosive can we get off that leg. I'm loading up here still and I'm getting explosive here. Then I can reset, I can take a break for a second. We wanna hit these almost fresh, right? Like we wanna make sure that we have a lot of gas in here. We're not getting fatigued. We're not focusing on, oh God, I gotta catch my breath here. We're really just focusing on, wow, I'm gonna have as much power as explosively and as aggressively as possible. And that's the secret, is how aggressive can I get into that ground, loading up that glute and getting off. All right, guys, so those are some of my favorite plyometric drills specifically for hockey players. They're the ones we're using with our pros to really take their speed to the next level. Skating efficiency, so important. Strength, so important. Power, so important. But these plyometric drills is what's training the nervous system to actually express all of that stuff even faster, even more rapid. And so if you're looking to take your speed to the next level, these are the drills for you. If you're looking to really take your game to the next level, head over to relentlesshockey.com where we have tons of different training programs. We have articles and videos all about how to take your game to the next level with structured strength and conditioning, nutrition, and really everything you need to transform your game. Get out there, get training, and stay relentless.